Top 5 features I want an EA Sports College Football 25. So I'm sure you've seen some tweets to probably a similar effect, but this is what I want. Number 5, I want you to be able to lose your coach as a coordinator to a bigger school. That's what I would love that feature to be thrown in there. Maybe it's too late in the development for this year, but you can probably throw an update in there. I would love to see this mode because, and Craig knows this and Garrett knows this, but Smokey, I'm going to explain the most popular mode on college football was dynasty mode.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
So you pick a team and you can pick you could pick Nebraska and you could try to win as many national titles with Nebraska.
They used to have a dynasty.
Yeah, but you could do that. You could pick Kennesaw State and you can go up with them. What I would like to see is, like, say you pick Troy to try to win with. I would like to see maybe Troy lose their coach to a school, but not as their head coach, because you could lose your coach, but you could lose the coach to a school as a coordinator.
Is that Sumrall?
Yeah, John Sumrall.
Yeah.
Well, actually, now he's at Tulane.
No, that's right.
So they lost him.
He replaced Fritz.
I think this would make it super real feeling.
Yeah, it'd be accurate, and they could have people debate on why they really left and whether it's over NIL or whether it's not, and be told that NIL is not at all changing the game, and then be told that absolutely these moves are being made for this reason or another. I mean, that's this thing right here, this whole storyline. I'm interested to see more of in the next couple of years of how often this is happening and what situations it's happening, because I do think it's still a little bit of a gray area on what's causing a few of those moves that were made this past offseason. And I do think some of it is a coach trying to get out from just being fired in a year's time. So case-by-case basis, but this would be certainly in line with 2024 college football, and anyone's guess as to why right now. But that would be a feature that would be dead on brand right now for sure.
Number 4, Tate Martell mode. This is where you can transfer to 4 different schools. So, like, say you recruit a guy like Tate Martell. So, say you are Ohio State. And look, even in the recruiting of this kid, he can commit to 7 places. So then you recruit your Tate Martell. He doesn't play for you and he transfers. And then you get to follow him along to all the other schools he transfers to with diminishing results all the way down the line.
Where is he now?
I mean,
out of college football.
Okay. All right.
He unfortunately for Tate,
years,
he missed COVID.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'd probably still be there.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you're doing unlimited transfers, basically the new thing anyways. So, I mean, he's just ahead of the curve really as far as being a 3-school guy. And that's now what we've seen more often than not, the regular kind of tenure of a college football player at this point that's not a big-time player that just gets to stick where he is and stay where he is because the money's right, the position's right, the coaching's right. For a lot of other guys, and even for some of those guys, it still doesn't matter. They still go from Michigan to Texas or something like that. So, yeah, I don't like all the transferring. I think at the same time, I'm not against it because the rules, the way they were set up, were not fair. But I don't love, and this is just my personal opinion, it doesn't mean I don't love college football. I hate this whole idea of like you have to just swallow everything or else you're not a diehard college football fan. I think that's total BS. But I don't like the new thing where it seems like on average a lot of players are on their 3rd or 4th school at this point. Yeah.
It'll be interesting 10 years from now.
Yeah.
On the coaching changes and the trend that's actually more fact than just what we think. And the average amount of schools that the percentage of players will have attended.
Yes.
After 5 years or how many
we'll
it might
see.
be.
I mean,
by the way, Tate Martell's now involved in a business ventures.
Yeah. Probably several. He likes to have his hands in a lot of pots. Yeah. Number 3, conference commissioner mode. This is where you can negotiate TV deals. This is where you have to stare down ADs at pompous academic institutions telling you that you should get more money than you should be getting. Also, have to dispute. You can fight with other conference commissioners about who's better. And they're like levels of this. Like you probably start off in Kliavkov mode if you can make it out of that. Then you can go into say Jim Phillips mode, then to Brett Yormark, and then ultimately you're in Sankey. Like, if you get to Sankey, things are fine.
You just pissed off
You just run everything. I just pissed off who?
You didn't bring up Kevin Warren mode.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin Warren would be a nice one because then you could just, be the conference commissioner.
Here are the rules. I'm gone.
Yeah. Here is what I'm going to do for your own benefit. I'm going to the NFL to make twice as much money.
I mean, the Kevin Warren game would last about 5 minutes. Just throw a bomb in the room and just leave. But yeah, I mean, something like this would be cool. As far as just looping in realignment, I wonder how they're going to be able to do that. I wonder how that works and how involved that aspect of the game is, because I think you've certainly seen that things like that are certainly big subjects and topics of their own that bring people in and people have different levels of fandom about. But, certainly realignment's got to be involved somehow, and in that way, maybe that's how you get the conference commissioner thing involved there. But, yeah, that's an interesting idea.
Number 2, I asked Matt Brown about this before. I think he needs to move athletic director mode into there. I think he needs to license it out to them. I think that needs to be a part of it. His game, if you want to learn about college football, that Athletic Director Simulator 4000, it's a fun way to do it. I mean, it is. It's got an Oregon Trail vibe to it. Obviously, that would not, but it's really cool. I think you should have that mode in there. We're hiring and firing coaches and having to deal with what happens when you're, say you're in Oregon State mode. You've got to figure out where you're going to go. These are challenges in modern college football.
You better have
that
CBD
go beyond
to fall
the field.
asleep at night. Yeah.
I'm trying for realism here, especially since this is going to be VR too. You're going to be able to put on a headset and pretend to be Chris Del Conte or somebody. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, you can spend 14 months assuring people there's a TV deal coming, that it's great, and it's going to blow people away, and that you're kicking ass. And yeah, no, that would be interesting. I mean, how in the weeds you get. I think in this day and age, there are such hardcore fandoms for certain things that there would absolutely be a sizable chunk of people that would be into the athletic director mode. I mean, really though, I think they would. I don't know if it would be. It wouldn't be the majority of people playing the game, but I do think if there was an athletic director mode, there would be a number of people that would probably be way into that, because there are college football fans that love to get as deep into the weeds as possible, just like a Star Wars fan or a NFL fan or whatever. So, I think it's no different than wanting an owner mode or something along those lines.
GM mode in Madden.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of what that
GM
is.
mode is what I meant.
Just it's different. Yeah, I think they have owner mode as well. I think they've had that. I don't know if they still do. It's been a while. And number 1, Bagman mode. This would be the most fun. Just bribing people legally to come play at your school before they've done anything at the college level. This, to me, is the essence of what you want in a video game. If it is about playing out fantasies, this could be the Grand Theft Auto part of it.
Yeah.
This is the one where you get to kind of do things where, you've got the kid, he comes to you, he's like, hey, Oregon offered me $2 million. And you'd be like, Oregon is full of cheapskates. I'll tell Phil Knight to go stick it where the sun don't shine. Here's 3. That's what I would like to see. I think this would make the game just chef's kiss good.
Man,
I
I didn't know it was that complicated.
This gets lumped into NIL and what they're going to do with that in the game. I mean, apparently it's going to be involved, and I don't know if it's going to be like you have a salary cap like you do in Madden and how that all will work. I mean, those are some of the details that I think everybody's wondering about and is interested to see over the coming months. But, yeah, I mean, the Bagman's not really much a part of it anymore, though, Paul. I mean, that's just your NIL collective.
I guess the collective president.
Yeah, the collective is basically the Bagman at this point.
Paxton put recruiting mode.
Yeah,
that's what
that's
they have
basically what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, and we can all agree that a lot of these deals aren't in place because of name, image, and likeness. I think that's become very clear. So, yeah, Bagman mode is just basically collective mode in some ways, and I know not all of them are like that, but that's basically what it's become. So, yeah, I could see where that falls under the NIL umbrella of whatever aspect of that's in the game coming out this summer. So, yeah, there's going to be some presence of some sort, but how accurate they get with that will be really fascinating.
So this is not a game where you just you play football.
I mean, you can, but there's other things. You can
That's very
recruit.
complicated, man.
You go through season after season. You can build your own schedule. You can do all these different things,